Hey troopers, Game Rookie here, and this is Game Rookie Chat. Hey guys, Game Rookie here. I'm back with the moment we've all been waiting for, the unboxing of my, I can't say brand new, but it is new to me, Sega Genesis Model 1. We will also be unboxing another item I purchased on eBay. This is it's supposed to be an officially licensed Sega RF adapter. I have another video about an aftermarket RF adapter for the PlayStation 3, and you can check out that video if you want to know whether or not, well, I'll spoiler alert, you can play PlayStation 3 on a CRT television like the one centered here, but you probably don't want to. But without further ado, let's get to it. Let's unbox the Sega Genesis Model 1. Not brand new, but new to the Game Rookie. So here we go. Nice packaging. eBay. I like that the sender actually took the time to mark it. Fragile, please handle kindly. So thank you. I won't get the gentleman's name. He may not want to be have all his business out there, but thank you for being such a good reseller and making sure you let folks know that, hey, this is precious. So I don't have scissors or a knife or anything on me right now, and I'm actually intentionally wanting to be careful with how I open boxes and things that hold my video game paraphernalia, because it's easy to damage things. My band-aid is falling off, for those who don't know. Let's see here. It's probably okay to take it off now. Yep, it stopped bleeding. I absolutely crashed. Just get that in the trash. Oh, he shoots, he scores. Absolutely crashed the glass door that was here, so you may or may not be able to tell from the lack of reflection here that there is no longer glass there. It broke into a million pieces. I had to clean it up. Oh boy, I'm not quite sure how to. Here we go. Oh, I love that sound. It's taped up pretty good. Oh wow, look at this guy. He wrote a handwritten thank you note. It says thank you, and it's got his name and his initials and a little smiley face. I love this guy. I'm gonna have to leave him a good review. Handwritten note, guys. Who does that anymore? Okay, so this is very well packaged. I'm definitely going to give this guy a really good review. So we have here, this feels like it might be the controller, maybe, and the cartridges here. So we'll see what's in there in just a moment. Okay. Oh, it's actually open. So You might as well see what's in there. Okay. All right, we've got the, I don't know if this is the officially licensed Sega item or not, but we have the AV cables. For those who watch the RF adapter unit video, these look familiar to you. And if you haven't been living under a rock and you're a member of the retro gaming community, then these look familiar to you. This is, I believe, yellow is for the video, and white is mono for both the both channels of the audio. So mono audio and video, I believe. So of course, here is the AV in that will go into the back of the Sega Genesis Model 1. I'm actually going to leave this wrap for now because as we talked about in the first video, we will actually be using this CRT television for our Sega Genesis gaming purposes, or at least in the very beginning, because I want to go as old school as I possibly can. To be frank, I never owned a Sega Genesis Model 1. My parents got me the boxed set of the Sega Genesis Model 2 that came with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So eventually I'll, and my original Sega Genesis Model 2 did have the AV. So if I really want to go all the way nostalgic, I have to get a Sega Genesis Model 2 with these AV cables on a CRT television. That would be the most authentic experience for me that I had growing up with Genesis. However, because I really want to play, well, actually, I'm sorry, not however, because I am being somewhat cheap as we begin my retro gaming journey here in the game room. I found this CRT television for just $5 at a local Goodwill, and unfortunately, the reason why it was so cheap is because it only has the antenna input. So, an antenna for television or the RF input from the old school Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Atari setups. Those are my only options with this CRT television. And again, as mentioned previously, I really want to use the CRT television not only for the nostalgia of it, but because I want to be able to play light gun games. Again, light gun games. I made a rookie. The game Rookie made a rookie mistake and called them shooters in the first video. So, but again, these AV cables look great. They look brand new. I will need to go ahead and test them at some point just to make sure that they work. But yeah, there they go. So we'll test those in another video. Moving on, what do we have here? We've got, oh my God, guys, the nostalgia. We have an original licensed Sega Genesis. Can we see that on? There we go. Sega Genesis. This feels amazing right now. Controller with the classic 3 buttons, A, B, and C, start, and the D-pad. I gotta tell you, this is so nostalgic. Just hold this in my hand. It's got some scratches, so it's not in perfect condition. It looks used, but that means that someone enjoyed this game system, and now I get to carry on that tradition. So the buttons feel good. The D-pad feels great. start button. Okay, yeah, that feels good, guys. Wow, I never thought I'd be excited about such an old piece of equipment. Yeah, there we go. This is an officially licensed, original 3-button Sega Genesis controller. For those who don't remember or know, always keep in mind that 3 buttons may not seem like a lot, but originally the Sega Genesis was pitted against the 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System. So not only did the Sega Genesis have more bits, but their controllers had just one, but more buttons. More bits and more buttons. Nintendo had B and A, or A and B, and Sega Genesis has A, B, and C. Although technically, I guess the NES has more buttons because the NES had a start and a select button instead of just a start button. So I never thought about that until just now. But anyway, so yeah, that's the controller. Looks great, feels great. Looking forward to playing with it. And there are a couple of games in here, but I will hold off. Well, yeah, let's go ahead. So, no, we'll wait. Consider that a teaser. So we got, well, there are three games in there. We'll go over all the games at once. Let's do that. More games. Again, we'll cover the games in their own video, maybe separate video. So more games. We got another bag. I'm not quite sure what's in here, but it's very heavy. So I'm assuming this is the power cable. Let's see. Yes, I assumed correctly. Oh my goodness, guys. This is definitely a relic of the past. These ginormous AC adapters. You know, it's something that has 8-bit kids, 16-bit kids. It's something we remember well, you know, the giant power adapter. So this appears to be an officially licensed Sega Genesis power brick. Looks a little beat up, looks a little rough around the edges. We got some bendage. Is that a word? Bendage. The nature of the prongs is bent. So let's see. I think it'll be okay. There. There's a lot of paint on the cable length, the length of the cable. But it looks good. You know, it's look how, you know, think about how old the Sega Genesis is. So a little paint on the length of the cable, I'm okay with. There don't appear to be any, you know, tears or damage to the cable itself. Just some paint along the length of the cable, and this is where it plugs into the back of the Genesis. So looks good. Looks good. Okay. Also in that bag were several more games. So again, we will cover the games in a different video. And of course, last but not least, in fact, most important of all, what good are games and what good are controllers without the consoles we play them on? So, get past some bubble wrap here. Again, I'm really pleased with this reseller. I'm saying reseller. Perhaps the proper word is just seller. A reseller is more like a wholesale person, right? So, really pleased with this seller's service or attention to detail. So we have here the creme de la creme, the product. Oh, I can see through the bubble wrap. Oh, the anticipation is killing me. I feel like a kid in Christmas. Kid on Christmas. Kid during Christmas. Ooh, there it is, guys. The original. This is the first model. The Sega Genesis Model 1. We know because it says high definition graphics. We know because we see the volume slider, which feels great. Got the stereo headphone jack there, which can and will be plugged into the television. Somehow, we may not be able to plug it into this particular television because again, it only has one input for antenna. But the Genesis Model 1 is capable of stereo sound through this port. We've got the reset switch. I don't hear much of a click, but I'm hoping that's because it's not plugged in yet. So yeah, that's the reset button. We'll see if that works good or not. It is incredibly hard to get something level. It either ends up cocking to one side or the other. But and then here's the on-off switch. Sounds good. Okay. On the rear, we have the I believe it's external or EXT port extension, maybe. To my understanding, it was never used except maybe for an import peripheral called the Stuntmaster, I believe. We'll look into that in another video. And then we have, of course, what is this? Yep, the channel 3 or 4 selector. Can you guys see that there? Channel 3 or 4 collector, or I'm sorry, selector switch. It looks like it's currently set to 3, so we'll keep it on 3. Here's the AV port. There we go. There's the AV port. That is for the AV cables, but we will not be using those today. Here is, of course, the power, where the power cable goes. But again, we will not be using the AV port today. Instead, we will be using the RF out port. So, everything looks well. Let's see here. Let's check for the Sega CD output. Get that off. Oh boy, I can't get this open. Let's see. Now I don't know if this is busted or what is the problem here. I'm not sure. In fact, is this supposed to be here, guys? This little looks like it's a missing notch there. Let's see. little worried here. It shouldn't be this hard to open up this port. So let's do some troubleshooting here.